Hi. So let's continue with my personal story on how I happen to have successful offline to online networking. So the story goes back in 2018. At that time, I was lucky to attend one of the paid conference in big data and data science within Toronto. And then basically, when I was attending the conference, I was one of the guest speaker to talk about my own personal project portfolio in data science machine learning related to healthcare project. So I was presenting my work on building a predictive model to basically classify the urgent patient who needs to get into emergency department admission based on their priority and the urgency. So from there, actually, after the conference got ended, I was able to connect with a lot of different people, like fellow guest speakers, attendees, using the LinkedIn, right? And then a few weeks or about a month later, someone from the LinkedIn actually messaged me, and basically he was happened to be the one of the attendee from that conference, and then he actually listened to my presentation, right? So he sent me a LinkedIn email saying, "Hi, Tayson. Like, I'm the meetup event host for this XYZ meetup." And then he was saying that we really he really liked my talk. And then basically he was asking me that, would you be interested in presenting the presentation, the talk at his meetup, right? As soon as I read this message, I was really super excited, passionate, and happy about it, right? So I was considering it for a few days, and then I replied back saying, okay, I would like to give a presentation and try out. So I went to his meetup, and then I was giving my presentation talk in front of a huge audience, I think about 70 people or like 100 or less. And basically after that, what happened was after the talk, after I finished my talk, right, a lot of people ask a follow-up question on, how I built this model, what's the practical use cases, like what's going to be the future work, and etc. Right? And then among the attendee, right, one of the attendee actually came and approached me saying he actually happened to have, as a coincidental, he happened to have a lot of a common connection with me. So say, for example, at that time, I was enrolled in the remote online data science program called Springboard as a student. And then he was actually happened to be a mentor, remote online mentor for that data science program or the curriculum. So we sat down at some point, we book a separate appointment, and then we sat down for a coffee chat, and then him and I were actually discussing a lot of interesting thing about data science, machine learning, and also at the same time I was building an intimate relationship with him as I was asking some some thoughtful questions. And also at the same time I was able to get some a lot of career advice, how to build more proficient or effective portfolio to makes me noticeable by potential hiring employer and etc. Right? So basically, what I like to sum it up here is that the take-home message here is that you could have tons of unexpected outcome. So first thing that I like to highlight is that opportunity to show your own project portfolio, which is great, because from there, second, you can actually build your own connection. And then as you build more intimate relationship with the other people around you, then potentially you could ask them to become, oh, can you become my mentor? Can you guide me through some of the career progression obstacles that I'm facing right now, and etc. And the third thing I would like to mention is that this never happened to me yet, but it is possible that, for example, when you gave a talk at a certain meetup or presentation, right? And then one of the attendees, let's say, happened to be a hiring manager at the XYZ company, right? Related to data analytic or whatever. And then those guys, he or she approach you and ask, okay, I really enjoy your presentation work. It was great, awesome. And then at our XYZ company, we have these openings, and which is related to the work that you did. So would you be interested in applying for those company? Yeah, so basically you could have unexpected potential job referral as well, if you're lucky and if it is the right timing. So now